Hey, test. Let's see here. Loading screen. Hello. I might actually need to adjust my character here for a second. One second. Maybe I need to magically disappear for just a quick moment. All my stupid things up. Okay. That's better. Hello. Up. So, Scott's gonna be a little bit late by 15 whole minutes, so I'm gonna have to stall for 15 whole minutes. Oh boy, okay. So, I'm actually gonna do some fun stuff. Maybe. Can I do this? Maybe. No, that's not what I want. Don't look at that. Don't worry about that. That's not what I wanted. I'm not a good streaming. Here we go. Okay. Do I have... any good pictures? Maybe, I don't know. I'm being weird. There we go. Okay. Can I bring this in here? Aha! Here we go. Okay. So this... doing a little recap here. This is our boy Sigma. Alright, this is the character we play in this game. Yep. Got it? Okay. We know he is actually the mastermind of this whole thing. Because I said so. So that's a thing. I can just do it like this. Perfect. Alrighty. We also know that this dude, this old man here, why is his picture gigantic? I don't know why. This guy right here, he is actually Junpei from the previous game. But he's old. The old man now. And we also know that also from the previous game of 999, we know that no, these are not what I want. Where's the picture? That's the only picture I really got of her. I got this person. She is the mysterious dead lady we found in a couple different instances. Actually, like most of the instances, I guess. I don't know. But she is actually Akane. And we found out that she actually probably knew that she was going to get murdered by our good friend. I'm choosing this picture because it's funny. Dio! It's Dio! It's Dio. It was me, Dio. We actually learned he is a clone of, like, himself, basically. Like, there's multiple clones of him. And he is the leader of a group called the Myrmidons, which work for, a religious, group, like, cult, called Free the Soul, that's it. And he's the one who murdered, the Akane, the old lady. And we also learned that he was the one who placed the bombs. There are 4 bombs hidden in the area that we're in. I don't even know what you call it. The, place we're in. And he was the one who placed the bombs. But in our current, timeline, we have disabled all the bombs because in other previous timelines we found out the codes for the bombs. So that's good. Let's see who else we can talk about here. We have good old Alice. Alice is a very interesting character because we learned about a character named Alice, or a person named Alice from the previous game, who was apparently a person who has what's known as Ice 9 instead of usual water molecules and water in your body. So Ice 9 is different because it has a weird freezing temperature. Like, it's much higher, like heat, like it's warmer. I don't know how to describe it, but don't know if that's really true, if she is the all ice Alice that we learned about in the 999 game, but she's here, and she actually met the characters at the end of the first game of 999. We know that she is like a secret government spy agent person, who was investigating the Free the Soul religious group before she and also Clover, who was also from the previous game, were kidnapped, which I'll bring up Clover. Clover. Okay, Clover. Alright, we got our girl Clover here. This is technically her third time in an owner game. The first time she was a young child, with her brother, where it was the Nevada Project, I think. Originally done by good old Hangu, who was also involved in the second owner game, but not the video game. 999 is technically taking place during the second version of the Nonary games. It's very confusing. So she has been involved in three Nonary games. And she's also now working with Alice, being a secret agent. Is she good at being a secret agent? Absolutely not. She is way too easily influenced. And just doesn't make very good decisions a lot of times. She's not the brightest. She's really not. As cute as she is, not the brightest. Yep. Okay. What else we got to talk about? Oh, we gotta talk about K. No, not that. No, not that K. No, I'm stupid. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean to say it like that. I was just saying his name multiple times. His name is just K. Alright? Cool. This is K. Alright? He is in this robotic suit. Because he is actually a clone of our good boy, I don't know, goodbye. But our character we play, which is Sigma. And he is in this robotic suit to probably hide who he really is. He mentions his backstory of being raised by his father, which I believe is also actually the current Sigma that we are playing. I think that's him. And being raised by Akane. In one instance, when he found out that Dio was the one who murdered Akane, he actually took it upon himself to kill Dio. Very interesting indeed. So we found out quite a bit about him. We learned during his story that Akane was involved during all of this, like the whole planning of the situation going on. Yeah, so that's fun. We also have where is he? Where is the little boy? Little guy. And we have Quark. Quark is I don't know how old he is. He's like 10, 11, something like that. He is the adopted grandson, or I guess adopted son of Junpei, or what does he call himself now? I don't remember. The old man. He is the adopted son. Quark really has nothing to do with this, weirdly enough. He is the first one to exhibit, I don't know what the word is, signs of having the infection of, the illness? I don't remember what it's called now. This terrible, virus that has been going around that, makes you basically kill yourself. It's very horrific. And also Alice also later gets infected. But Quark is the first one to show symptoms, the first one. But honestly, he's the most uninvolved, like he doesn't really oh gosh, why did that happen? He doesn't really want to be here. Don't really know why he's here. He kind of got stuck in this. He really shouldn't have. Poor kid. But I don't know. Do I have a picture of Luna? I don't think I do. Hold on. I have a picture of Luna. Luna. Luna is a very interesting character because she also was involved in the creation of this Nonary game. However, she was not allowed to tell anyone about it due to promises she made to, wouldn't you guess, Akane. Oh, I changed my face thing. Yeah. I forget which faces are it. Ooh, sad. Surprise. Anyway. We found out Luna is actually a robot. So when we were suspecting her of committing quite a few murders, it wasn't actually her because, according to the robot laws, that is not allowed. That is not okay. And she follows the robot laws. And it was a very sad ending with Luna because she fell apart because she technically hacked into the main sort of computer of Zero Jr. to try to stop the killings happening. That was Dio's work, I'm assuming. I think. Sort of. Kinda. Yeah. But because of that, the system was like, no, you're not allowed to do that. So she just kind of fell apart. And it was very sad and kind of horrific. She is just like a robot, but the outside sort of skin stuff was falling off, and it was really gross. Really, really gross. And she also kind of revealed that our guy Sigma is actually the one who is the one who's running this whole business. Also, she also helped us in a different timeline of finding out we have robot arms. We got robot arms. We were scared that we ourselves was a robot. Sigma is not a robot. He is human with cybernetic hands, with cybernetic arms. So she helped us kind of figure that out. I knew she was a robot. I knew it. Any other time somebody else was murdered, whenever she was dead, she didn't have any sort of blood. There was no blood wound or anything like that. She was always hit with the injection gun. Which her system was basically pretending to be a human, so that would mean whatever medication that was used would have killed her, quote unquote. But of course she's a robot, so it didn't actually kill her. So she was just kind of pretending to be dead. Her system basically automatically shut her down. Not the same way that she died beforehand. Anyway, let me check with Scott and see if he is ready now. Come on, Scott. I like this music. It's a good one. Come on, Scott. 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 Scott, please. Scott. No, just Scott. 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 Please pick up. Scott, please. Hello? Scott?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
You good? You good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You
If
sure?
I'm muted, I'm eating.
Okay, that's fine. I was just making sure you're good. Alright. I spent that whole 15 minutes trying to kind of recap everything we've kind of learned in the game since we're getting near the end part. The only thing I realized, we really don't know anything about Phi. We learned about everyone else, but we don't really know about Phi very much, which is interesting. Anyway.
Well, we have the true timeline for Phi, so I imagine we're going to learn we're probably going to get one big dump for Phi. Like right now, we're going to learn everything about her.
Yeah, I mean, this is part 1 of her endings. There's another ending for her. So let's resume. I think it was just when we opened the safe. Yep. Okay, because it looks like we have 2 containers of Excelivir to help Quark and Alice, because they are sick. Okay. Yes, it's open. Okay, then let's see what's in here. First off, star keys. 2 star keys. We can use these to play the AB game as many times as we want. Hold on. Those keys are important, but look at this. Yeah, Excelivir. Oh. A consummate collection. Interesting. Okay. Excelivir. The Radical 6 cure. Oh. Thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is gonna be okay. Is he crying? Alright, let's get out of here. We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, you're right. This key should do the trick. Also, no one's dead this time around. Even Dio, he's not dead. Even though we revealed that he's Myrmidon. And we haven't even found Akane dead.
Yeah. So, no, I think this is the true timeline then. But no, it's unfortunate that Dio isn't dead.
Yeah, but whatever. Hopefully this is just like no death ending. So that would be nice. So this should be the
Is it though? Is it?
Well, he's more useful to us being alive for information, so you know. And he's basically harmless now. Because we got rid of the cyanide pill, and we defused all the bombs. He's basically harmless.
Yeah, I guess so. As long as you keep an eye on him. You can still get a hold of like a knife or a weapon or something if he wanders into it. I'm pretty sure it's still okay, but yeah, otherwise I guess he's harmless. As long as we keep an eye on him. As long as we keep an eye on him.
We knocked him out, so he should be out for a while. We gave him the super roll. So he should be out for a while. Okay, let's get going.
We can always lock him in that pod and then remove the lever and forget about him until he runs out of oxygen.
Well, I think it locks from the outside, so you can lock it from the outside. I think they did that once.
Alright, well that works.
Yeah. Door's locked. It says lock. You guys ready? I'll sit here. Go for it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Doctor of Escapology. Escapist. Aha!
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounds like something turning on. See? I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
Interesting, this one doesn't have 2 heads. The other one, we've seen this, another computer had 2 heads on it. Of the lion. Very interesting. Okay.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento Mori. Remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun. Oh boy, yeah, all the freaking lions throughout the whole thing of eating the sun. Oh, of course. This was what was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Memento Mori. Remember death. Memento Mori. Remember death. Memento Mori. Remember. Oh boy. Okay. Now, I don't know what the... I remember what this is. Let me see. Here we go. Okay.
I feel like the regular memo pad isn't enough. You need like 4 pages of memo pads and maybe like a notebook outside of the game on your desk.
Right? It really does. It's supposed to be 016. Okay, and then password. Okay. E. This is an O. No, no? Did I do it wrong? Okay, hold on. G. Oh wait, no. Wrong thing. Okay. I see. Okay. ID Jumpy Doll. Oh wait, no, the username isn't this. But password is Jumpy Doll. Jump. The username is her Shiki, which is Akane's last name. Akane Karashiki. That's not what I meant to do. I pressed the wrong button.
Hey, look, what's the password is Jumpy Doll.
Yeah.
Jumpy. Who's Jumpy again?
Yep. Can I redo that, please? Please. Hold on. Wait. Let me just close that game real quick.
Wait, what?
Let me close the game. Restart that because I accidentally pressed back and not enter.
Oh.
With that, like an idiot. So. Try that again. There's that view. Back in here. Okay. Ba. Skip all this. Ba. Yep. Get the Excelivieres. And the key. Okay. Back out. Boop. Not that door. This door. Okay. Key. Go in. Okay. Ba. Door open. Computer thingy turns on.
Huh, it opened.
We should get.
What?
You're right. Guess it was set.
It looks like. I think we need.
Yeah, but
Let me try this again.
Okay,
Oh, that's-
broken.
Yeah. Come on, go through those things. Come on. I know. Yep. Yeah. Pressing the space bar. Skippity skip. Click the buttons. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. A number. Red number. Okay. There's again. Kurosaki? Yeah. Kurashiki. Zombie. Soul. Check. There we go. I did it right this time. Okay. Alright, let's...
Sigma!
Oh boy. Kane. You're...
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out. Just
It's a
hologram. Temiochi squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly. I hope you will understand. Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions. What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The Nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
Ooh. Okay.
It's... Okay.
Transport the consciousness of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and Nephi. Interesting. What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, not Tomiyoji, certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
It took me a moment to realize she'd changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box. Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Right, okay. We're talking about morphogenic field stuff again.
Here we go.
Okay.
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums like language, photographs, nonverbal cues, etc., to transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions, instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions. Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe that is how human consciousness actually works. Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Yep, Tomiyoji knows. Tomiyoji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions, and create more consciousness backward or forward in time. That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before. It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago. You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life. It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Suddenly, it felt like Vi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Tenmyoji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma, Phi. You will decide its fate.
Oh, good.
Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji, I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait! Akane!
Oh boy.
And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fist he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Vi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart.
Oh, you're right again. She
You-
was Akane.
Yup. Alright, we made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. Alright. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. Awesome. I gave Luna the Accelavir that I had found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine. Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. I could see tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us.
Poor guy.
Yep, he's been through a lot. Suddenly I remembered. Dio, where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. Anyways. Yeah, he's pretty harmless right now. He was sprawled, unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs.
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off, Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Phi to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Phi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tamiyochi decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Phi, and Tamiyochi. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? It doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Right, okay.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh. Well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left, in one of the other histories, she...
Right. Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead?
Oh.
Sigma. Fine. You will decide its fate.
The Schwinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box.
Right, because it hadn't
We haven't
been...
gotten past it.
It hasn't been moved. Because it was actually in the room Luna was in. And I don't think in this scenario that that box had been moved.
We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her.
No.
The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? To be continued. Ooh.
What?
New destination has been added to the flowchart. Interesting.
So
Okay.
we still don't have. Wait. Okay. Well, hold on. I want to point out something right now. Ready?
Yeah.
What's different about those? Look at the second one. Look below the second one.
Yeah, that's the actual
It's
beginning.
disconnected. No, it's disconnected from the rest of the
Oh.
tree, which
Let me do
means
that.
what?
Means this is a different timeline completely. This is like
Yes.
before this. This is
Yes.
before everything.
Yes.
Okay, skip this stupid shit. I didn't mean to do this. Closure. AB room passed. Alright. Ugh. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Interesting. Where the hell am I? This is the very beginning. Looks like an elevator, but...
No, this is one of the AB rooms.
Gah! Who the hell are you? And what the hell is an AB room?
Damn, I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Brain blast! Oh.
It really is brain blast.
Yeah. Brain explode. I remember. You're Fi. She grinned. When is
Check
this?
your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours. 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right,
Yeah,
means we can leave earlier.
Akane might still be alive. We
Oh.
got back before Dio killed her, I think. Right.
Then
We're here for one reason.
stop her from being murdered. Yeah, stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here
You
fast.
tell me twice. Let's go.
Oh, do we have to do this puzzle again? Really? Really? The first puzzle?
Of course.
Of course. Is it the same? Well, let's get... We don't need to look there. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. You see what I'm getting at? The password for the safe should be the same one. Oh, right. Okay, I see. You need to know the password for the safe. We figured it out last time. Right. Safe elevator. Okay. Is it this one? Sorry. Or this one? Key! There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah, damn it, I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. Okay. Got it. Let me out. Alright, let's put this key in here. For God's sake, just do it already. No need to yell. Alright, good. Looks like that worked. Okay, open. Press the button. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Then why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. Okay. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me. You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. You found it.
Yay.
Alright. Vi and I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the floor, out onto the top of the AV room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit. There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AV room. Vi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Vi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here, Ann. Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Yeah, she got a freaking land on Dio. Fuck yeah! Holy shit.
I'm pretty sure if you land on his head at that angle, like on his neck, I'm pretty sure he's just dead.
Maybe at least definitely knocked out for sure. What the?
He's fine, just unconscious.
Nice. I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still
I
breathing.
don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of
He had
potatoes.
it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. Akane. I looked up. It's
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait, just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
what?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able
I know,
to jump
I know.
through time, just like you.
I get it. I know. I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my theory.
Uh-huh.
Akane has a similar power to us, because she's also an Esper.
Right.
Here's the difference. She can see and influence the future.
Right.
Akane
Can't influence the
think-
past.
Akane can influence the past, and Sigma can influence the present.
Interesting.
What do you think?
I think that's very interesting. Yeah, that well, Junpei was able to affect the past. Or sort of, I don't know. Very interesting. But yeah, Sigma can affect the present time and a little bit of like the past basically. Very interesting. But yeah, Akane can only affect the future? Because that's what happened during the 999 game. Is she had to connect into the future to talk to Junpei to get the answer to get out.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it? So she did know. She did know that Dio has stabbed her in different timelines. She knew it. Interesting.
Well, that's
Because
why I think she did all of this, is because she knew the future way
Yeah.
ahead of time. It's probably why
And
she
she-
didn't spend her life with Junpei, is she knew that she needed to save the world.
Yeah, she needed to do this.
Yes.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested.
Because you need the life or death situation to help cause it to happen.
The pressure.
Yeah.
The stakes have to be there.
Yeah.
I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Because it causes our brains to slow down. Like a slingshot kinetic energy building.
That's actually really clever.
Yeah. Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure?
Right.
Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course.
Because she's a robot.
Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've said, all of what you've just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Phi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact, right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died. So has Phi. So have you.
I mean, Akane, like, we can't complain compared to Akane, because Akane has died in literally every timeline.
Yeah. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Phi and I jump through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You were all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Or you could just tell me.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Why? Don't change the
But
subject.
it's almost time.
Almost time for what? Hello, Lady Bella. Disconcerting things are happening right now. There's an old lady with a knife. Oh boy. What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the
What?
original timeline.
What? What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it.
What do you mean?
Lagomorph.
What?
Fuck is Lagomorph?
What the fuck is Lagomorph?
Yes.
What?
Is that the name of the Zero Junior? Yes.
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph. Lagomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Hey, it's cheating. You can't do that.
Wait.
Now, everything is in place.
Oh. Yes, I have played 999. Definitely had to play 999 to play this game, or a lot of things would be very confusing.
Agreed.
Oh, okay, this is crazy. Yeah, we're near the end of, Virtue's Last Reward. And it's crazy.
I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
Still confusing? Yeah, it's very confusing.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him.
So it's basically the same. Besides Akane being murdered, Dio gets the bracelet that he needed. So things would continue forward as normal, besides finding her dead body. Unless she kills herself with that knife that she just took. Don't know.
I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room.
Are you gonna use the bracelets to knock us out?
Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
Recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
He paused and pulled something out of her pocket. Key. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
Okay. Thanks. What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
That's some sort of... That's Latin, I'm supposing?
It's Latin. It
Yeah.
means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait! I still... Too late, we're being jumped into the future. To be continued again. Alright. New destination has been added to the flowchart. Okay. Here we go again. Aha! This is all the way near the end. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so it was last time we did the Q room. Round 3. So now we're back where we were just before.
Looks like you're awake.
Oh, we were waiting for the 45 minutes to be closer. Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. So you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah, you got him pretty good, huh?
Huh. Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Hey, Quark's up. So it happened about 45 minutes, probably. Quark!
Hi, chop liver.
Alice!
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh? Yeah, thanks.
Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem, all in a day's work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action. God damn it, Sigma, not now!
Yeah, right.
It's not the time.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. I was an offer for Alice.
Really my point.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Oh, have we already gotten that far? Okay. Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP. That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times.
Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time, but no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally. And now all of us have enough to leave.
So we can all leave.
So this is like everybody's just like just a big happy family without Dio in the equation, isn't it?
Yeah. But we're probably gonna take Dio with us, just again as information. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another? Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcame a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Yeah. Wait. What about Dio? Yeah, what about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Oh, okay. Alice was the only holdout. She'd complain about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied. That's fair enough.
Alright.
Yeah, it makes sense that Alice would want him to be captured and taken with them. That makes sense. But, yeah, he'll be fine in here. Although he probably could find maybe a way to kill himself, which may be concerning. But
we'll get rid of this timeline anyways, who cares?
Well, okay.
Let's get going.
Are we missing anything though? Or are we? Feels like there's gotta be something. Gotta be something. Yeah, say. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Open. Alright, everybody in! The door is taking forever!
No kidding.
Yeah.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Alright, everybody go through. Alright, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Alright.
The number 9 door has closed.
Why does it already look like the elevator's gone down?
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Alright, up we go. Alright.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Alright. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. See all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seems a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Does that mean Kay's wearing a suit on top of his suit? That would suck.
Let's do exception.
Yeah, but it'd probably be super uncomfortable, but I don't know. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Alright. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. Alright, we're out. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before, in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means
What if-
today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was going to be on December 31st, 2028. So,
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
A week.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain Temioji. In particular, it does not make sense of how Temioji's so old.
We don't know who Temioji is, and Clover and Alice don't know that he's Junpei, so they...
Yeah, I don't think they know about that this time around, so. Wherever we were, must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them, more stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that?
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too.
So that's why Temioji had mentioned that we're in the future.
Oh,
He
okay.
was told not to. So
Yeah,
that's the sun.
That's the...
That's the sun. The
What about
lion
Mars?
eating the sun.
Oh, well, okay.
And
That could
that's
be-
that black spot's supposed to be the moon, the shadow of the moon. So
Yeah, so the next solar eclipse would be, what, 30 years or 50 years after 2028?
yeah.
So we're
Oh,
at that point then?
yeah. Okay. But okay.
And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her.
Oh.
Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
Yeah, 'cause this is the moon. The Earth?
We
Wait,
are on
what?
the moon. We
Yeah,
are on the moon.
yeah, alright, it's...
No way.
You've played too many Spiketrun soft games, okay? You're too good at this. Stop it. Knock it off. No,
Oh my god. Oh my god, we are on the moon. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I was right about that. Oh my god.
Yup.
Holy moly. Alright.
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. Then again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon and covering the sun.
What? No, no way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've gotta be lying.
We're on the moon. Oh my god. She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See, that looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me? What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What
Oh.
symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6.
Oh. Interesting.
It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth.
But our brain processing things at 1/6 the speed.
Case. What would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us. Wait. You're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
Oh my goodness, I'm being raided! Misty Waddle, thank you for the raid of 5 people. Hello, peoples. Welcome, welcome. We are going through some crazy shiznaz. Hi, hi. I am doing well. How are you? How was your stream? We're on the moon. Which I called it forever ago that we were on the moon. Playing TOTK? TOTK. What is that? Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, isn't that Zelda? Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. Yeah! Nice. That's a fun game. Did you kidnap a bunch of little croak guys and cause some trouble? Cause that stuff is fun. Yeah. Listen, that's the payback they get for the first game. I was looking for the shrines too. I see. I've not played the games myself, but I like watching playthroughs and stuff and highlights from those games. Those are always hilarious. We are playing today Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward, and we've got to like sort of the, I guess, the final ending of the whole game, which took forever to go through. And we're on the moon, which is crazy. I still can't believe that, Scott, that I was right. about that.
It did drop several hints, though.
It did, but it was just like I was second guessing myself after the ending with Dio, with us escaping with Dio, that it was like not the moon, but I was so I can't believe I got the idea from the fact that how big the Earth was in the background, and I was like, that looks like the size of the Earth from the surface of the moon. Like, whenever you've seen pictures from the moon, and you see the Earth in the background, that's about the size of the Earth, because that's way too big for the moon.
That's true.
And it wouldn't make sense for the moon to be closer, because actually the moon is slowly actually moving away from us. Oh man, I can't believe I did actually call that.
You called it Con, or the old lady was Con.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have to go to bed,
I
but
called Luna was a robot.
yes, I
I
did.
called the future thing though. I called
Yes. Yeah. I have to go to bed, but hope you have a fun stream. Thank you. I hope your stream was awesome. And thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. I need to stream more, but I'm also lazy.
Yeah, she is.
And I also have a million other, like, hobbies and stuff I do, so. Yep, thank you, Misty Waddle again. Very appreciated. Alright, let's get back to the craziness of being on the moon. Alright, seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Fi's apparently right. I was gonna mention that her jump, her ability to be able to jump out of the AB room the first time, and that crazy jump she did to kick Dio in the head. Like, yeah. Yep. A chat.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
That's
Well,
by all the
two
blood.
There's two explanations though.
Yeah.
First explanation is the fact that there's an eclipse right now and the light can be causing this aura, this red aura. The other explanation is the freaking apocalypse from Radical 6.
Yes.
Caused everything to burn. It literally caused the Earth to burn. Everything burned up. Nukes launched. End of the world. That was the result.
Yeah, with so many people dying, it would be hard to maintain, like, nuclear reactors. And that probably caused a lot of environmental changes and stuff, and yeah.
Yep.
A lot of things.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Yeah, there we go.
Today is January 27th.
In 29? Not exactly. No.
Don't tell me. 30?
No. No, Chloe.
Still no.
Just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is way in the future. No. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago?
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's
Dang. What? Why?
Started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
Right.
December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
Right. We never learned what happened with that.
Accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped.
Right.
Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison,
The classics.
fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed. And thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth, and then it killed the virus off for good.
No, yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
No.
don't forget to kill all the vegetation too while you're at it.
Oh, yeah,
Make the
totally.
Earth totally uninhabitable because
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
No,
It's like
yeah.
cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah.
On April 13th, in 2029, they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
Yeah, that's a great idea. No, it's not. It's a terrible idea.
It's like a room temperature IQ move right there.
It really is.
That's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened.
Oh, okay.
I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they all lost it long before they got to the reactors, killing most of the world. No matter how bad things had gotten, it was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. The point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fire and blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered, animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. What are you
Right.
seeing? You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty.
Right.
The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Interesting.
Okay.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Temiochi to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Spy's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
A window popped up in the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
Figured out why there's an extra E.
Oh, and the 9th? An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
The one on floor B. I think it's an anagram.
What's Anna say this time?
Damn it, Sigma. Knock it
Oh
off.
my god.
Memento
Anagram.
Lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Oh.
You need 6 E's to get that.
Ah, interesting.
Ooh.
So they stuck an extra one in 9th.
I figured that was the case. The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
It's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Fahad.
So, what are you getting at?
My god, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Right. Yep, I figured this was happening. We are meant to go all the way back. With all our memories and stuff, in order to stop everything from happening.
Alright.
Well, wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Ten Myoji was talking about?
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period, before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
Wait.
Oh! Yeah, there was a grave in the garden. But
The garden.
how do we... Can we get back in? The grave, the one in the garden. How do we get back in?
Well, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Can we get back in? Oh, right, because the decompression chamber. Right. We turned back and ran to the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to have a talk with somebody. You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all of this.
Akane.
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Oh, kinda... Kay has remembered.
Why do
Yes.
you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
Because she was like a mother to him before he lost his memories and stuff.
I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Yep, we sure did.
I'm going to then. So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Shut up! Shut
Fan
up! Come,
service. Let's go. Fan service.
come if you want. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. Let's go. With that, we headed back through the airlock. Let's go, guys.
Come on. We need
Beep,
more.
beep.
We need some jumpy stuff. Come on. More
Come
fan
on,
service.
let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's finally the moment to Myoji and Akane meet once again. Back in we go.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course, of the door on floor B.
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden. Just don't worry about Chimera right now. We gotta go. Alright, to the garden. B.Garden. Interesting.
Is Akane really under here?
I think
What
so.
do we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this here and pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Oh, ooh. Oh! She is Sleepy Pod!
What is this? It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my god. It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What? Oh.
Treatment pod. TP.
Oh.
0. Stage 1. Defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Stage 2 is complete. The lock will automatically disengage.
Okay. Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into a cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
We gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much by now. It's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct.
Huh?
They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had.
Right.
Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories.
Yeah.
That's why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary.
Okay.
Forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. Puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is Yes. I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes.
Yes, in preparation for this day.
Oh man.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover?
Yeah.
I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi. So we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying you couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Wait. Wait. I realized something.
Yep.
He exists to be us.
Yes.
He's got it. I mean, besides that, he's probably mission control. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He shares a. He is repeating everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
And the reason for that seems to be he might share our memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Because he's I know I'm probably overstating the obvious, but he's probably like that because he's supposed to be like
A clone of us or something?
almost like the Anchor. He's probably gonna be mission control. Like if we're going back in the past and he shares our ability and he shares memories or something, he might like, you know what I mean? I think I know where I'm going with this.
I get what you mean. Well, he might explain more in a bit, so let's see.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Okay.
You remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If
Right.
we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization.
Right.
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an expert. We can set
What?
Brother aside for now, though.
Oh, okay, fine, I guess. Okay.
May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save 2, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate. Would that be alright
No.
with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Yeah, well, I saw a hologram. Yeah. I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2
Oh.
is complete. TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's
So, maybe this isn't Akane. Maybe this is Zero Senior.
finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. Who's inside? All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Fi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Dramatic. Oh.
Truth.
Oh.
Hey. That's like you're like 5 for 5 right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay. What? Suddenly, my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of Floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tuberculin, and that was the end of that. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed.
What?
Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
So,
She swapped out. He swapped out. She swapped out.
She swapped out with Kay.
She's Kay right now.
Yes.
With voice changing technology.
Yeah. No. Oh my god. You're...
Yes, I am.
Oh my god.
Kurashiki.
Oh my gosh. She did a switcheroo on us. Wow.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from. But you're old.
That's very nice of you to say, Clover.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do. Not collapse right there and then. Then there.
How long? Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you, and then Luna took your body to the sixth room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
It was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio.
Oh my gosh, dog! Dog! Yeah? You have to, you need outside, okay. 5-minute break. Doggo needs outside. Scott? Scott?
What?
5-minute break. Scott, the doggo needs outside.
Okay, yeah. 5 minutes sounds good.
Yeah.
Maybe even a couple more minutes than that. That sounds good.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Oh boy, okay. Okay, I am back. I'm going to the bathroom and letting the dog out for the bathroom. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, gotta wait for that to return back. Things have been crazy. Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. I can't. It's been crazy. This game is crazy. Hopefully Scott gets back soon. This has been so crazy. Oh my god. It's been super crazy. I can't believe it. Oh yeah. I'm going crazy. This game has caused me to go insane. Oh my gosh, things have been so crazy. I can't handle. Hi, welcome back. All right, ready for more craziness?
Yeah, I'm gonna AFK again, and for just a minute. My coffee's almost done.
Oh there. Okay.
I know we're having this is like RPM revelations per minute right now.
Right. This is a lot to brain to handle. Okay.
You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happened
Wait.
then? Who's wearing the armor?
Wait. Did they really spend 25 hours setting up the Schrodinger's cat thing just to have Akane use the Kay's armor and impersonate him?
Basically, because it was a case of is Akane dead or not situation. That
no, that's right. Akane
she's
is
the cat.
Schrodinger's cat. Yeah,
yes.
She is the Schrodinger's cat.
She is the Schrodinger's cat. Yes.
All right. Coffee. Back in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, get your coffee. Hurry up. Oh my god. Insane. I can't handle my brain. It's been a crazy game. For sure. back here, Scott. Back, Scott. This is crazy.
You can keep going, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading on my phone. Yeah, just keep going. I'll call you back. My coffee's almost done.
Okay. Who's wearing the armor? Oh.
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soap oil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
What? What do you mean you have no idea who he is? What? Wait. What do you mean? What?
I've never seen him before.
You've never seen him before? Guys?
Me either.
You either?
Total stranger.
Fine? Total stranger? What? Who am I? Who am I then? What?
That's a good question.
My brain is exploding. What? Hey, come on, what are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma?
Wait a second.
Your head or something?
What? Huh?
Wait a second. Does that mean we're different? We're somebody different?
So we're not Sigma? Or we're whoever's named Sigma. But the person named Sigma is not the same man that's in the box?
Are we the scientist? Are we Zero?
I think we're Zero, but what do we look like then?
Okay, well, time to walk over to the water. Walk over to the water and look at the reflection.
Yeah, have a good old Mulan moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh? What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond! I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the ledge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection. Oh, we are! Oh
yes.
my god.
Right. You're like 6 for 6 at this point. You're batting 100%. This isn't fair. This isn't fair, I tell you.
Okay, but finding it out this way, I was not expecting. Oh my god.
How else were we gonna find out, though?
I don't know.
We're the Schro doctor.
This is crazy.
Doctor.
I can't believe this. Oh my god. What? No, this can't be real. This face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb.
Yup, doctor.
Although to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero, the mastermind of the AB
Yep.
project, is you.
Yep. Yep. What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor. Man, this is. Have you ever seen the YouTube videos of Dr. Tran?
No.
Oh, it's so funny and so dumb. I'm not a doctor. They keep basically harassing this voice, like a movie like voice person, is just like keeps saying that this random kid in some third world country or something is a doctor, and he's like, I'm not a doctor. Please go away.
It's funny.
It's very funny.
You
Not
will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
Yeah, that isn't
More-
morphogenic. That isn't morphogenic engineering, lady. Come on.
Yeah, you're
No,
lying.
I'm not. You created him.
He's a clone of me that then I raised.
Well, I suppose I should say you are going
Yeah.
to create him.
Right?
His name is Kyle Klein, your clone.
Yep.
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle.
Okay, but why did I name him Kyle? That's a dumb name.
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
Right, to keep him. Because long exposure to being in space can cause your like bones and everything to kind of get messed up. So in
No, it's
order,
not quite right. It's because the moon's gravity is, I think, around 1/5 of the Earth's.
Or
in order
1/6.
to- Yeah, something.
that's
like
what they said.
that. Yeah, you
But
need the
as-
armored weight tree to kind of make up for it.
Yeah, because even like the astronauts that went to the moon experienced like their bodies and like their bones and stuff being a lot like weaker. They had to kind of train while they were in space to try to keep their muscles and everything going, keep them up so when they went back to Earth. And thinking of that in the idea of a child having to grow up in space, yeah, that would be a huge issue. So having them put into a suit would make sense in order to simulate more of Earth's gravity and the weight of gravity more similar to Earth. Putting force on them. That makes sense. Until they were old enough to be basically fully grown. Alright.
It kept his muscles and
Yeah.
bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
That explains why in his backstory, when he was thinking about himself being a child, he was also in a suit like this. But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare.
Right.
If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place. I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Rhizome 9. Oh. Vatatose. That's where Radical 6 was made. Interesting.
Of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact.
Right, because our process of time is different because we're all infected, except for, well, Quark and Alice still have bits of it, but yeah.
Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down, so yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now
You know what would be a
comes
really
the
five-head?
important
What?
Is if the watches that tell time were also slowed down to 1/6.
Yeah. Basically, the time, the clock on it
Yeah.
would
0.4
be...
whatever.
Yeah, so we wouldn't notice the time difference.
Mhm.
After this, your consciousness will return to the past.
Okay, so we're here. And then where are we gonna... Okay, so wait. Okay. A. Get to B. Up to C. Then all the way down. And then we're going to D? Which is when?
It will re-emerge at point D,
Okay.
April 13th, 2029.
That's when the nukes went off.
You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Point
But
B.
this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body.
Ah,
That's
okay.
Until you reach point B.
Right.
Do you remember when B is, Sigma?
January 25th, 2024. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028, the day all this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years.
Okay.
For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating?
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way, but look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path, with one exception.
This line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
By now, you've likely figured it out on your own.
So... What?
We're going to stop Radical
What?
6 from being on the test facility.
Yeah, so... Wait.
He's basically sending his older consciousness into his
Yeah.
young body, who has
Yeah.
the memories of all of this stuff, to go and stop Radical 6 from ever escaping the facility.
Right. Right.
If you really think about it, it's like he's lived multiple lifetimes. If you really think about it, because he's got
Yeah.
all the memories from his previous experiences, even though his body is going to be his younger self, which is 22 years old.
Yeah. I'm just curious about... At point E, it branches off completely different, but then it still... There's another point that goes back all the way up to C.
The purpose of the AB
No, it
was to
doesn't.
get the consciousness
Because
of the
if you look right to the bottom right of your
67-year-old
mouse,
from
that isn't
point
doesn't lead back up. It jumps over the timeline and goes
Yeah.
far up
Yeah,
right.
but it goes all the way to a different, like, area. It goes completely off.
Yeah, that's the good end. That's the final timeline. That we're
Yeah.
If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve, 2028.
Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27th, 2027, which is today. there's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But, look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon? And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that?
I tell you, a crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out.
Are we going
No.
to kill Fi? Are we going to kill Fi?
She has a knife still.
Oh my god.
God, still has a knife. Yep. Zeal's knife? No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Yep. Fine. I screamed and leapt toward them. Kanye was already in motion, the knife diving toward Fi's chest. It was almost there. And now we jumped. That's our jump. No! Oh! When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akani's body laying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. Tufu ego eris. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Ah. Wait, so did our old self jump back? I see. Okay, I get it, I think. So the jump had happened right when that white light happened. But that would mean the old self came back at that moment that we got stabbied.
Or probably our young self.
Yeah.
Right? Because we swapped.
Yeah, that's our old self.
Yeah.
Our old self woke up being stabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is one other thing. Because we got all the
all the hard mode puzzle solving.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If it isn't a swimsuit special, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm very curious what it's gonna be. I have no idea what exactly it's gonna be. But, whoo-wee, okay. Interesting. My question is, though, if this is, I don't know, my brain's just like, what? If this sort of a simulation with, similar situation with 999, where they had to basically lied to us that in the past Akane had died, but she didn't actually die because there was the moment of her connecting to the future with Junpei, Junpei to get the answer to the thing. But they had to recreate the whole scenario in the future in order for that to happen. So I'm assuming that is the same for this. Now, why is the Earth red then?
Because in this timeline, the Earth died.
But it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
It does, because we haven't gone back into the past to change it yet in this timeline.
I don't know.
The
Okay.
fact that this timeline exists at all is because we haven't changed the past.
Time after time. Sapphires ending in Archie's last reward. Okay, but there's an extra thing. Okay. So yeah, we did that. So now it's all the way back here. Okay, let's... Headquarters,
Hey.
April 13th, 2029. This is right before the bombs, I think.
It isn't a Friday the 13th, is it? Are they really
I
using that cliche?
don't know, is it? I would have to check calendar or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's, you wish to jump? Yep. Alright. So this should be our younger self.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Okay. That was a bit much, lady.
Hey, lady. How you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to report the news, not become the news.
Yeah, you do that after you get off air, please, okay? I get it, but why'd you have to do that on air? Everyone else is already depressed enough, okay? We get, but you didn't have to do that on air. Okay. For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until, with a click, it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Oh! You. Connie?
It looks like the first step was successful.
Oh, she's probably
hey.
wearing that to keep herself from getting sick.
I'm wondering how the hell she, like, has her past or future memories. And if she does have her future memories, then why isn't she, like... Why didn't she do something?
I don't know. But it's fine. What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
Oh. So she does know that. Okay. Interesting. I'm okay?
Yes, you and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Ian Phi?
Yes, I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
Right. Okay, but who's Phi? Who is Phi in all this?
Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
Alice and Clover, right? What about the third one? Who's in there?
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen.
Okay.
That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D.
From point A to point D. Interesting. Okay, before she jumped.
In other words, she was following the same path you are, and she still is.
Then that means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back into her body?
Yes, the point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
Can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You
Because
have
you gotta
to
do the
spend
thing.
next 45
Yeah.
years working on the AB project.
Yeah, we have to go through a lot of research and shit.
After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines. Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets. You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out, and you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is a fate worse than death. This is a fate worse than death.
Is it?
We'll never get out of this loop, do we?
Well, there's the branching part from E outward.
I understand
So-
that we need to make the project in order to make the timeline happen.
Yeah.
But do we ever get to the point where we get to point E and we actually, like, escape the timeline and go to the good end? Or what?
I don't
Because if we
know.
just keep repeating this shit over and over again, this is like, we should just contract Radical 6 and get it over with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because I was thinking it was like in 999, where they were pretending that Akane died, but in reality, she wasn't. That was just a possibility that could happen, but she was able to connect with Junpei in the future to get the answers. I thought this was a scenario where they saw, hey, in the future, shit's gonna go bad, so we gotta stop it before it happens and go through all this shit while pretending that Radical 6 has taken over the Earth. So that, in reality, the Earth is fine. Somehow. I don't know. I thought that was the situation, but I don't know now. I'm confused. Okay. Anyway. And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
Okay. So, what do I need to
What do
do?
you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do then?
Enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
Great. But what?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical 6 escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Crap. Then we're screwed.
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait. How do you know it's so
The
dangerous?
67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did he say? What did I say?
The test facility is full of traps. There was one point, a woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms and your right eye.
Right. We have robot arms. Interesting. My arms and my right eye? What the hell? Oh shit, what?
I guess we have to
Suddenly-
invent ABT, huh?
Yeah. Suddenly a low rumble shook the building. Oh! Okay, was that the bombs going off? What was that?
Have a look.
Power plants. The new power plants.
Yeah. I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. Yeah. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above me and steeled myself. I would succeed. Would you? Okay, so now we have to wait 45 years for then our for the consciousness to go back. Ugh, fire and ice. Why? Okay. Oh. Oh? Infirmary another time. What is this? Wait, I sound different. Or somebody whose voice was that?
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle? Oh, okay. We're Kyle right now? Interesting.
Kyle.
Yes, of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
So this is before we got put. We were part of the AB game. I lurched upright, jumping off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
Oh. An excellent question. One I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Klim was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently he'd worn it all his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which came to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him, but even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klim? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Klim in his younger days. Looked down. There was Dio, still handcuffs. I turned back to Luna. Okay, so this is after we had found him in the frozen thing. But wait, how did he know that Dio was still handcuffed? He wouldn't remember that. Because throughout this particular timeline, Akane was in the suit. Not Kyle.
But we have memory of all the timelines. We're the future person who's gone through the past again.
I don't know, this is crazy. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi.
So he already knew this was all gonna happen. From the very beginning.
How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So
They still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes.
Why am I here?
The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes, I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
What about the others?
They've all gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
See, I told you Luna's best girl.
Oh,
She
She's been
is.
sedated.
right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return them? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you? You can't wait for something that's already happened.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not going to change. In fact, it's because of what he did, or didn't do in the past, that we've got this past and present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. Let's go northwest, he says. So they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers every... So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness even in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look, I'm just not going to accept that, alright? You get it?
It definitely sounds like
changes
Junpei.
the past.
Yeah.
You and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
I mean, Quark might not even be born.
Correct.
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just just gonna disappear or something.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Thanks, kid.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
No point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course, he is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And...
Better than dying to, you know, Radical 6.
Yeah.
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew.
Aw.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
Aw. Sad.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns. Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we were completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical 6 and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point.
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
it's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different? How so?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
It's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
cat.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
Glad to see
Is it the thing to... Oh my god.
There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However,
I gotta...
I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind.
You've seen the anime for Steins Gate, right?
Yeah.
I really suspect that the person who made this was a very big Steins Gate fan.
Just, I don't know. I don't even know when this was necessarily created. I don't know when this game came out. The original Virtue's Last Reward and stuff. I don't know. I can maybe check. Let me see.
The original Steins Gate anime came out, I think, in 2012. And...
Virtues. Last Reward. No, not re-release. Release date. February 16th, 2012.
Okay. All right. And you have to also remember, though, is that the visual novel that the anime is based off of,
yeah, Steins Gate,
was released in like 2008 or 2009, I believe.
Gate. Steins Gate release date. Steins Gate was originally released on October 15th, 2009 for the Xbox 360. It was later ported to Windows. Okay. Interesting, it was released for the Xbox first. That's interesting. But yeah.
I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a merman or a wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or common or Robin.
Oh my gosh, again with this.
Either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
She said this in the very beginning. When we kind of tried to ask her who she was, and she said this.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally, even though you didn't wake up, still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out, and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars Mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places. You moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1 times v2 over c squared is the actual equation. Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being c squared, which is the speed of light squared. That means that 1 plus v1 times v2 divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about, right? As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028.
Right.
You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of Point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Because you were told it before.
Your answer. You are not Kyle Klein.
What?
Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
What?
Think about it.
We're fine.
Really
We're fine.
You're Kyle.
I don't
No,
know.
we're not. We're fine.
Are we
Fi's
fine?
consciousness. We're Fi's
Could you be
consciousness.
someone else entirely?
So that means Kylo's consciousness is in Phi,
Yes.
which explains why she would be involved in everything that happened.
It would also explain why at one point Fi says, "I am no woman."
Yeah.
So she's the consciousness of us. But she can't
Yeah.
tell us that, because if she does, then I guess it spoils the whole.
Yeah.
Wait, that means if we realize this now, then that means that we won't go through with the plan to save the world because we want to save Fi?
I
Because
don't
in a way, it's
know.
like we're possessing her, right? We're taking away her consciousness or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then-
I think so. I don't know. Okay.
Then where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered.
Yep.
Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here?
Yes.
I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Klein's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve, 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created it?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
But then,
One thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D.
right.
That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You're telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
What?
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are. Surely you must know by now, too. You are future knowledge will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
What? A certain point of view, and you found it. Gained all trophies. Well, I got all the trophies.
Alright.
I'm very confused by that.
47 hours of playtime, holy crap.
Oh my god. But that's basically it, besides all the bad ends of some of these other side things, but I got all the trophies, so I don't really need to do those, but oh my god. What?
That's it?
That's it. There is another game, I think, in the series. Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma.
Oh, maybe that's it then.
Which, looking at it, but there is a character that looks a lot like Fry. Has short, white hair. Looks pretty petite in size. Although the art style is very different. They changed up the art style. Looks really good. Except this one guy. I don't like how he looks. He looks a little weird to me. But yeah. Yeah, so we can start playing that next time.
Sounds fun.
I think I'll probably end the stream about now so I can...
Slightly unsatisfied, to be perfectly honest. I feel like we're missing something. Something just doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? I don't have like a sense of finality. Maybe we need to go back into the bad ends? I
don't know. It's just like, it doesn't explain who Fi is. We get that she was... I think she's Kyle, but then what was her body? Like, who... Huh?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's really strange.
Maybe she's our consciousness from a failed timeline.
I don't know. I don't know I don't know what's going on, or what's happening, or anything with that. But something having to do with apparently us, which seems to be what we think is the consciousness of Fi, is supposed to do something to change the future, change history. Because apparently when Sigma and Kyle's consciousness in Fi's body went back, they failed.
That would make sense then.
So Fi's consciousness has to do something going back in time in order to change history somehow. Very confusing.
Agreed.
But maybe it'll be explained in the Zero Time Dilemma.
Right.
Because I think they're all connected.
There's gotta be something we're missing. Maybe I'll look up the ending later on YouTube or something.
Okay, well, be careful so you don't get spoiled for the next one.
I mean, okay. I mean, if we're not going to be done with this game, then I won't. But
we're done with this.
We're missing something important. I know we're missing something important.
But there's a third game in the series of Zero Escape. We did the Nonary games, which is the Zero Escape Nonary games, which is 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. But there's also Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma.
Dilemma means this is maybe what this is. Maybe this is a time dilemma.
Yeah. Like I said, there is a character who looks suspiciously a lot like Fi. So, yeah. We'll have to.
So the third game is all about Fi and Fi's journey here? That would be
maybe.
Insane.
It may explain who Fi is, what she is, why she's there. Don't know. But it'll be really interesting to find out.
Your ending, your princess is in another castle. Your ending is in another game.
Yeah, basically, your ending is in another game. Oh boy.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Let's cut it out here tonight, I think.
Yeah.
We definitely have like a couple other things we have to clean up, and then maybe we'll see the true ending. And if the actual final ending isn't in the game, then I'm looking that crap up. If
it should. I'm assuming it's going to be in Zero Time Dilemma. I think.
Don't get me wrong, the story in this game is great, but how do you have enough substance to basically make an entire other game that's based on this storyline?
I don't know.
It's really sequel-itis-y, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. Because I don't know how this game is gonna go. If it's because the first two games are called the Nonary games. So does it mean the Nonary game is not involved in this? Or that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 characters on the thing here, so I don't know. Don't know.
I wonder if the third game is about us finding out the secret for Fi, and then us finding out about Fi and having the memory and taking it back in time makes the time loop repeat infinitely, and we need to find a way to break the time loop. I wonder if that's what time.
Wait,
because that's what the definition of a dilemma is. A dilemma is a situation in which both decisions are undesirable.
Wait. What if Zero Time Dilemma has to do with the Nevada project? What if it's the project, the Nevada project, the project that ended up creating Radical 6?
That'd be cool. Wait.
I feel like that might be it.
Wait, Fi is extremely intelligent because she knows a lot of stuff. So maybe she was a researcher who helped to make Radical 6.
Maybe, or was somehow involved in the because it was supposed to be a simulation of being on Mars. So they simulated things as if they were living on Mars.
Okay. What if the only way to get out? Okay, let's assume this is true.
Yeah.
Let's assume this is true, and Fi's a researcher, and she was involved in making Radical 6, right?
Yeah.
What if the only way to break out of the timeline at that point is for us to have to kill Fi in the past?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, because we don't want to kill our buddy, right?
Yeah, we don't want to kill Kyle. But I'm just wondering if.
Okay. Let's take this one step further.
Because it could be that not.
Let's assume Fi is us, and we go back in the past and we kill Fi in order to prevent Radical 6 because Fi makes it, or Fi's conscious.
Well, I don't think necessarily.
That would create a paradox.
Here's the thing. I don't think necessarily Fi is the one who created it. She was just involved in the Nevada project to simulate life on Mars. Somebody else in this group of people created Radical 6. which may also be connected to the cult place.
What I'm thinking is maybe what we really need to do is we need to go back in time and stop the guy who robbed and killed Brother's brother, so that Brother never makes the Death Cult and never makes Radical 6.
Right. But
maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's what the final game will do or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But we'll have to see. Something's going on here in this game, and we'll have to see what transpires.
Like how we know basically everything in the game at this point, for the most part, but we still have no freaking clue about Fi.
Yeah, Fi is still very much a mystery.
No fucking clue.
Yeah, no fucking clue. But that makes the next game very, very interesting. I am actually excited to start it. I've not touched it at all, so I've not touched it yet at all, so.
But we need to finish this. We aren't getting something. This is not a satisfying.
But we've got everything. We got all the trophies.
But we didn't get all
those are just bad ends.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those. You probably have to fill out all 5 of those.
1, 2, 3,
six of those.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6.
I don't know. Feel like we got everything.
I don't know.
Didn't mention any other endings. No other endings are mentioned.
I don't know. I feel like we're missing something.
I don't know.
Like we're missing an actual end. Like we have the true end, but we can't go through the rest of it or something.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's gonna be explained a lot more in Zero Time Dilemma.
I hope so.
Me too.
Okay. I'll catch you later then, I guess.
Alright. See you laters.
Good night.
Good night. Alright. That was super crazy. Super crazy. Play some music. Yeah. That was crazy. I'm definitely done for tonight. That was insane. I can't wait to start playing Zero Time Dilemma now to see if that really rounds everything out. I am super serious. Oh, if I hit a thing, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's okay. But that's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you to Misty Laudel for the raid again. That was super awesome. I'll see you next week, I suppose. Have a good night, or good day, or good morning, or whatever's. Bye.